asking for it time after time. Won't let you waste it. This your moment, don't give up. Give it all you got. Step away from in crowd. No dream is too far. Yeah, yeah. It's time to face the music. You just gotta face the music. Don't give up on yourself. Don't worry about no one else. Face it. It's time to face it. Facing the music will help you get through it.
Very beginning of LTM, I told you I would be very transparent and open with my personal struggles, because I can't tell or be there for anybody else if I'm not being truthful about myself or with myself. So everything that I'm about to say, I'm gonna try my best not to name drop and put names in or anything like that, but I'm human just like you all are. So I go through things and I face things that a lot of females especially have faced. So Redemption, thank you for tuning in, and to the subscribers that just subscribed, appreciate y'all. Turn your post notifications on. We finna get into it. Redemption. It was one day that my uncle, which is my aunt's husband, he ended up contacting me, texting me, and it was like, I want you to ride with me to Home Depot in Olive Branch. So, I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, because like I said, any opportunity to get out the house, I was flash. I'm running out the door. And I also looked at him as a father figure. So, of course, he's just like, yeah, I'm finna go somewhere. As a child, a lot of things don't count. I mean, I didn't really understand. I didn't think like that. You know what I'm saying? Now that I'm 25, I'm like, okay, yeah, why did he want me to go to Home Depot with him and not my brothers? I'm a girl. But, of course, he was like a father figure to me. I didn't think of anything like that, you know what I'm saying, in a weird way. I was just excited to get out the house. So when I got in the car, he came and picked me up. We got in the car and everything was cool, it was fine. We stopped to get something to eat and everything. Everything was A1. We got to Home Depot. We got out the truck and he grabbed my hand. Now, me personally, I didn't think anything was wrong with that. Why? Because my dad does that to me. My dad has always been, crazy about me. I'm a daddy's girl. I'm my only girl. So, no matter where we are, I'm 25 years old. And if I'm crossing the street with my dad, he's going to grab my hand. You know what I'm saying? That's just how my dad is. So I didn't think anything was wrong with it, but he didn't let my hand go in the store. And that kind of raised an alarm. But of course, my mindset then was not that. It was far from that. That never even popped up in my head because of how I viewed him. He was going to go back a little bit because I missed out a part. While we were in the truck, leaving my grandmother's house, I do remember my aunt calling his phone. He barely wanted to answer the phone. It took him forever, and the phone was like right there in his hand. When he answered the phone, I'm thinking he would be like normal and be like, I got Stephanie with me, I got Missy with me. But no, he didn't say anything about me. He was just like deflecting the conversation, like rushing off the phone, and he was talking like really, really low. And I didn't understand that then. But you have those come to life moments, and it's like, that one right. We finished up at Home Depot. We got outside, leaving out, and I do remember very vividly that was Father's Day weekend. So it may have been that Friday or the Saturday before Father's Day, but it was definitely Father's Day weekend that this happened, because when we left out of Home Depot, I do remember him asking me, because he stopped to look at the lawnmowers outside. They had them lined up on a wall outside of Home Depot, and I remember he stopped to look at them. It was some of the ones that you sit in, and it was the ones that you push. And I remember him asking me, what are you going to get me for Father's Day? And me being a child and naive and very green, I said, I don't know. I don't got no money. I can't even get my daddy nothing. I'm trying to figure out what I'm getting my dad. I ain't got no money. I'm just 14. So I'm being like, not even trying to grasp what he's asking. But, that was that. So we got back in the truck, making our way back to Lamar, Mississippi. Everything was fine. Nothing weird happened. It was all cool. So I get back to my grandmother's house, and it's like maybe 15, 20 minutes after that, he ended up texting me. So I'm guessing he made it home by then. When I first look at the message, y'all, I'm not going to even, exaggerate. I'm not going to exaggerate. When I first read it, I was in disbelief. When I looked at it, I was like, no, I read that wrong. It was a typo somewhere in there. That was not what it was supposed to say. And then, I read it again. I did for the second time. And the second time, for some reason, it hit differently. It felt like my heart had just fell in my stomach. And it immediately, I started shaking. So I threw my phone and I ran outside. Yeah. The message itself said he sent 2 of them at once. So he sent one message and then he immediately sent the second one. The first one said, I know what I want for Father's Day, right? And then he sent another one right after that. It was like, it didn't give me time to text back, because when I looked at my phone, I had 2 messages by him. So he double texted fast. The second message said, I want you to make love to me for Father's Day. The part about all of this is as soon as I seen that message, I immediately thought about my family. Immediately. I threw my phone down and I ran out the house. For one, it was kind of like, I did think about myself. I thought about, I was just with you all of this time. You know what I'm saying? I've been with you alone a lot at your house. You know what I'm saying? Because I trusted you. My mom trusted you. Your wife trusted you. You were trusted. So I've been around him a lot by myself. A lot. So I thought about all of those times that I was alone with him. And I'm like, really? Really? Remember me throwing my phone and running. I just ran out the house. My feet did not stop. I was running and screaming. And I don't remember, because I was not in the house, to see who picked up my phone first. But one of my brothers picked it up. They read it, and then when I did come back towards the house, I saw my youngest brother, Stefan, punching the wall. He was upset. Steven was like really in disbelief, like, I know you lying. It was because nobody thought that. Like, that's just weird. Nobody would ever think that from family. You just would not think it. Yes, I called my aunt. And immediately after that, like, when I went back to get my phone, the first thing I did was call my aunt. Another aunt, not his wife. Another aunt. And I guess I called her because of the fact that I knew she was more patient. And I felt a sense of understanding. You know what I'm saying? Because I was feeling like I was wrong. I had did something wrong. And I was scared to call my mom, because I thought I was in the wrong. So I just called my aunt because I felt like she would be more patient and understanding when it comes down to what happened. You know what I'm saying? And the whole phone conversation with my aunt is the reason I'm making this video. Because family is not what it should be. It's not. I just remember my aunt telling me, forward the messages. Forward the messages. And me personally, I'm not the best communicator. I don't have all the answers. But what I do know is, if anyone in my family, my niece, nephew, I don't have none, but I'm just saying, come to me in panic mode because of something sexually or has been said or done to them, the last thing I'm going to say is, give me proof. My first question is going to be, are you okay? Are you okay? Where are you? Do you need me to come to you? No, her first words were, forward me that message when we get off the phone. I felt alone. I felt like, I should have never said anything. I really did. And after that, I had ended up going home. I don't know if it was the same day or the next day. But we ended up going back to my mom's house. And when I got there, I noticed that my aunt was there. So automatically, when I seen that, I was just like, yeah, she's here to coach my mom and try to get my mom not to say anything, because she knew that I was going to come home and tell my mama. So it's kind of like, it's control. It's control, and that's one thing that infuriates me a lot. Because if it was anyone else, it would have been told. It would have been handled. But because it was me, and I'm my mother's daughter, it wasn't taken as serious as it should have been. The one thing that hurt me the most was the fact that my aunt actually had the audacity to ask me, to let her see my phone so that she can compare contacts. Meaning, like, she wanted to see his number in my phone and see if it matched the number that she has on him in her phone. And that is screaming. That has "you're lying" written all over it. And that's when I lost respect. That's when I lost respect. That very moment. That's when I lost respect. Because if he had done something to me and I came back and told you, you still wouldn't have believed it. And that's one thing about family that people are so blind to. We tear each other down before we build each other up and help each other. We would rather spread other rumors. We would rather talk about other things than to help each other. And be there for each other as a family should. Because family is more than cooking and gatherings. Nah, it's outside of those cooking and gatherings. How did you act with your family? That situation never got brought up again. It never got talked about. It never was brought to the light. My aunt, his wife, his actual wife, that didn't know anything about it, she walked around for years and didn't know anything. And each time that I seen her, my heart broke. Each time that I was around her, my heart broke. Because it's like, she needs to know what's going on. But, you know, it's all about the image. It's all about the image of pertaining and keeping up a perfect image for people on the outside. But let me tell you something. Every family got something going on. Every family got something going on. And when you don't deal with stuff and you don't, you know what I'm saying, handle it head on, it will forever go on. Because if this situation was handled, meaning if I got the proper apologies that I was supposed to get, don't you think I would have been let it go? But because I had to forgive you and you wasn't even sorry, yeah, that's why I'm still talking about it. My aunt and my mom felt like Memphis, Tennessee, turned me out, turned me gay. So what they did was they moved me. And see, the only thing I didn't like about that was the lies. The lies. It was the lies for me. Because, you know, I was being told that I was going to some school in Holly Springs and I was going to be able to play basketball, because anybody that know me know that's all I ever wanted to do was play basketball. But one of my aunts, she has a very, very big influence, or she had one, on my mom as we was children. And I remember I asked my mom, we was in the subway, and I asked my mom, could I play basketball or something like that? And my aunt was like, nah, because girls that play basketball, they be looking hard and rough like that. And you don't want Stephanie doing that. And I never was able to play. It was the lies for me. More than anything, it was the lies for me, because I was told I was going to play basketball and go to school and this and that. So I arrived at my aunt's house and the uncle's house, and I get hit with some GED papers. And I get told GED classes start in the morning at 7 a.m. So you're already in the class, you know what I'm saying? These are just your papers. Take that with you. One thing that I cannot forget, I've already forgiven people, you know what I'm saying? I've passed that stage of forgiveness. Right now, it's just still on in my head. It's still on my brain. And that's one reason why I can't get close to them the way that I really should be, because we're family. But I cannot get close to them because I feel like you're against me. You broadcasted my sexuality, my lifestyle, my iniquity, my sin, or whatever you want to call it, in front of church every Sunday. The whole family knew my business against my will. But you protected a man that doesn't even have the same blood as you running in his veins. You protected somebody else who was trying to hurt your flesh and blood. You protected him for years. But you threw me under the bus. That's why I say family is just a title. It means nothing. And I don't have any respect for anyone who knew about this situation and did not call me and ask me if I was okay. Who did not reach out to me, who saw my face every gathering and did not ask me if I was all right. Because no one had the audacity, the guts, whatever else, to stand up for me, it was a continuing cycle. Shortly after that, I remember being at church and I was doing praise dancing. And we was getting our clothes on, getting our shirts on and our turtlenecks or whatever else. And I remember I looked out the door and I saw him sitting out there in the audience. And I went and grabbed my phone and I texted him going off. And I was like 16 then. I texted him going off and I clearly said, why are you here, for one? Two, you're nasty. I bet you look at, my other cousin and, you know, whatever, like that? Do you look at them like that? Like, that's nasty, this and that. And instead of this man literally saying, you're right, I'm so sorry, he said, it comes a point in time in every older man's life that he go through these stages. First of all, I don't care what stage you go through. That ain't my business. I don't care nothing about that. Cause my daddy's your age. And my daddy ain't never been through that stage with me. I'm your niece. I'm your family, weirdo. That's not normal. He normalized it. And because my family let him normalize it, it continued. It continued until I put my foot down and I was old enough to stand up for myself. And I told him, if you text my phone like this again, you know what? Don't even worry about it. I'll meet you on Mother's Day at Granny's house. And I will tell the family. Since nobody wanted to stand up for me, I'm going to stand up for myself. Since nobody wanted to have my back, nobody loved me that much, I'm going to love myself that much. And I got you on Mother's Day. And you know what he did? He got there before me. And he tried to beat me to it by telling his version of the story. And that's the version they went with, which is all right with me. It's cool. At that point, it was so much other stuff that goes in that story that he told that he did not tell, and I didn't even care at that moment. I didn't care. I still don't care. I don't care because he has to see God for that. You know what I'm saying? None of my family can do to him to make him pay for that. God, he will see God for that. I don't have to put that out there and prove my point to nobody. He proved my point when he went in there and told everybody what he had did. However, that same aunt that I called that day when I was 14 years old about that message he had sent me, the same aunt that did not believe me, called me that same day that he went and told on himself. She said, I'm so sorry. I just never thought this could happen in the family. You know, I just really thought it was a hoax or something. A hoax or something. One more time. A hoax or something. A hoax. You thought it was, so you thought I was lying. Keep putting your foot in your mouth. You thought I was lying? Why would I lie? What am I going to get from lying about that? At one point, I had to take a stand for myself. And it was like, it's either him or me. I'm not saying divorce him. I'm not saying disown him in the family or nothing else. But it's either I come to the family gathering and he's not there, or he, you know, come after I leave or whatever, or I just won't come. So it's either him or me. And the first 2 times I did try it, I came. And he was always there, sitting right there at the table as soon as I opened the door. So it was like, did anyone think about me? Did anybody think about my mindset, how I felt constantly seeing this man? Nobody thought about that. So it's kind of like, all right, it's all good. No love lost. No love lost. I still love you. Like, I still love all y'all. But at the same time, I gotta love me more because y'all don't love me enough. It take me a long time to actually heal from all of that. And I'm not even gonna tell you and just say I'm 100% over it or whatever else, because I'm not. However, I've forgiven. And that wasn't for nobody else. No, that was for me. Because the more that I was bitter and mad and hurt and carrying that hurt on me, the more victory the devil was getting out of that. So for myself, I had to forgive. Have I got any apologies? No. Because you saying you sorry and then ended an apology with I thought it was a hoax, it's not an apology. That makes me feel worse, actually. Thank you. And now that I look at it, I feel like everybody knew when it first happened, especially my other aunt. That I had an altercation with her, and she verbally said out her mouth, like, you're not my daughter. But I'm your niece, though. I'm your niece, weirdo. We're crazy, y'all, because they try to look at you like you just a crazy one of the family. But, like, to be real with you, I'm not crazy. I'm just not going to allow you to disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that child. You're right, I'm not your daughter. Because you're not going to disrespect me. I need you to know who I am. If you say you want to talk to me, we have a conversation. That talking to me does not result in me just standing there and just taking everything that you're saying to me out the way and you walking off and slamming the door and act like you just really did something. Nah, come back. Because we finna talk. Like, you say you want to talk to me, I want to talk to you. Simply. Respect can still be given. All I got to do is be quiet while you talking, comprehend, listen, take heed. And you do vice versa, the same thing. That's a conversation. You can talk to me, but once you start talking at me, another part of me comes out because I don't play that disrespect. I've been disrespected too long. Since I was 14, I was disrespected and I was looked over. I was not taken serious and I was not shown love. So yes, right now, yes, I'm on that with everybody. I don't feed into to all these false narratives and stuff. I don't feed into that. It's very simple. Respect me or get disrespected. If I had one thing to tell my family, I think it would be pay attention. Pay more attention. And honesty. Honesty is the main factor. Because when you treat people, your family for instance, differently than others, or you know, I may not be able to do anything about that, but one thing about it, God sees all, and you cannot worship God and treat people like crap. You can't expect blessings and you out here cursing people. Treat people right. Treat people with the love of God. And you can't have the love of God in you and you're portraying hate every day that you wake up. You gotta pick a side.
Facing the mirror.